All right. Recording in progress.
Nice.
Okay. When we last left our heroes, you had gone to the Hill Giants to try to hook or by crook somehow get them to stop attacking Baldur's Gate. You did some spying, learned that there were creepy things in their basement, and considered a frontal assault, considered a less direct assault, but eventually decided to check out the creepy things in the basement. You found a goat with its brain exposed, other goats that were dead, and then you were attacked by ogres and found a dead ogre with its brain missing. You followed the trail, and then eventually found a couple of things that you recognize, that some of your party recognized as mind flayers. These are aberrations from another plane of existence, and they zapped the part. They appeared to be starving, and they even said something to Schmax about how they were told they could feed here, but the creatures here were not good food, and they wanted to feed on you. So I guess they didn't find the ogres and giants nutritious enough, and they blasted you with their brain blasts. It attacked your intelligence, but Thrax and Brambrex withstood the test the best. And between them and a giant that Neil got to fight on your side, you turned the tide and took down the mind flayers, at which point the giants and ogres sort of shook off their stupor and thanked you for killing the creepy things, as they said. And so that's where we are. We're post battle. The giants have thanked you for killing the creepy things, and you're in the basement still.
Well, so Brambrek and Melvin speak giant. Is that right?
Brambrek and Melvin speak giant, and it appears that Thrax can understand giant.
So,
which sort of comes as a surprise every time it happens.
So I'll say in the common tongue for folks that it seems like we have liberated some otherwise potentially innocent giants, and maybe we don't have to fight all the giants out of the city if we can now convince them that since the mind flayers are gone, they should look elsewhere. I think we can maybe have a non-violent resolution to what was previously a very big problem.
I think we should set their house on fire.
Right. We did discuss that before, didn't you? But pursuant to my most recent discussion, maybe a less dramatic turn of events would actually be just as good. So do you think you could talk to him for us, Melvin?
Sure.
Maybe we should have a look around down here, and then we could go see if one of these giants could arrange for us to talk to their chief.
So the issue is going to be when we go up and say, hey, we freed you from the not mind flayer, the spooky things, and we ask them for something, we have no and then. If they're like, oh, thanks, but no. Right?
Like, that's a good point.
They say,
what's our best alternative to a negotiated agreement? What's our BATNA? What's our BATNA?
Right.
Okay, so if they don't help us, we will revivify the mind flayer and
yeah, as long as they don't know how that spell works, that might work.
I think we might catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Can't we
Sure, but you were the one looking for, like next stop,
So should we make sure that there's nothing else down here before we go up, or should we strike while the iron's hot?
Let's tell them, let's send the giants upstairs and tell them that we're going to comb the place to look for any other aberrations, mind flayers included, because we've been sent here to help exterminate them, to liberate the giants, and that we're doing them a favor, and we're gonna keep looking around, and we'll be up in a minute if it's safe.
The other nice thing about that is if they leave while we're still looking around, we can go up and always say, oh yeah, we found a whole bunch more of them, we just locked them down.
Right.
Cleared out a whole nest. for you.
There's a planar rift. This building is no longer usable. We have to completely torch the building, which Melvin wanted to do. But everyone needs to get out. We want to save you giants. You need to leave and go elsewhere.
Oh yeah, we stopped them for now, but they'll be back and in greater numbers.
Right.
Yeah, okay, I'm down.
All right, tell him that, Melvin.
All right, so we're gonna explain to Jan Hill Giant nearby, the thankful one who's woken up.
Mhm.
We're gonna make sure that there aren't any more of these nasty things flitting around their basement, in keeping with our mission to liberate hill giants from the yoke of slavery to these vile illithids. And we'll be up directly.
Yeah. All right. They're pretty happy to be
We'll bring
leaving this
us in.
basement.
Yeah, if they'd arrange us an audience with the, is it a chief? Is it a chieftain?
Yeah, chief. Yeah.
When we come up, we'll be happy to kind of share some of our knowledge about how to clear out these infestations so that they don't have these problems going forward.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, they're pretty happy to be leaving and going back up to where they live. So they're pretty eager to do that.
Oh, while they're on their way, I'm going to ask, are they aware of any secret rooms, trapdoors, other things that we should be on the lookout for? Because these things can hide anywhere.
Say there aren't secret rooms. They say if you go up a little bit farther to the north, they're like that's sort of a cave area. They say if you swim under the river, there's a family of giant crocodiles. So just pet them and throw them some meat. But you know they're giant crocodiles, and these are giants telling you not to worry about them. So yeah.
And these things, they have those tentacles coming off their faces. That's what they smell with, and they can smell gold. They really like the smell of gold. They're often attracted to it and are generally found in greater numbers around places where there are accumulations of gold. So anything like that we should be focusing on.
Say no, we don't usually have gold.
Yep, sure. Good. Always a good strategy.
Yeah.
In fact, if you have any, you might want to just give it to us.
Exactly. We'll take it off your hands. We'll make sure that there's no more attractants.
Okay, they don't know anything about that.
Cool.
Can we investigate the illithid bodies, see if there's anything on them?
And we do a short rest and get some of our hit points back.
Also that.
Sure. Yeah, do a short rest. Not a problem.
It's our second short rest of the day, I believe. Is that accurate?
Well, it's sort of, I mean, it's like 3 a.m. at this point. Yeah, so hold on, let's see. Yeah, you went underground at like 3 a.m. Then you took a short rest. So yeah, it's coming up on sunrise. Which reminds some of you that you looked at the moon as you were scouting out the place, and it was 1 day away from full. So tonight is going to be a full moon.
Oh, huh.
We need to have some delicious fruit.
I think we do.
So
what's the downside of the pears again?
None.
there isn't one.
I think as far as
we
know,
don't have one.
We were putting them
No.
aside because they also have some additional beneficial effects. And so we were thinking, oh, maybe we might want to eat them at a time when you needed a little pick-me-up kind of thing.
Many of us need pick-me-ups right now.
Yeah.
But I think it like gives them. It's like the heroism spell or something, Jay? Is that what it was?
Yeah, you're immune to for the next day. You're immune to poison and being frightened. You have advantage on wisdom saving throws, and you increase your HP.
If
the
it was
next day.
intelligence saving throws, now that would be something.
Yep.
All right.
Can we heal some people up?
Oh, yeah, I actually have a I have a spell slot left, so if we're gonna take a short rest, I can cast Cure Wounds on somebody. Who's really hurt?
Melvin.
Melvin?
Yeah.
Let's yeah. Why don't I cast Cure Wounds on you?
All right.
Um,
I mean, I can heal. Physician can heal thyself too, but
yeah, but I mean,
I don't recover spell slots on a short rest.
yeah. So since I do, I might as well, right? So let me just figure out how much that is.
I mean, I'm a little lower than him, but it's okay. You can help him.
Oh, were you?
I thought Melvin
mean,
was almost done.
I was at 0, but I went ahead and rolled my hit dice for a short rest.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay.
So I'm at 24.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so you rolled some hit dice.
Yeah.
I'll do the same. Let me see how many hit dice I have. I've got so many.
Okay, feeling better.
Okay. And I don't know if all of you need to heal up. I guess you probably do. But while you're healing, you're walking around this part of the cave, this sort of the cave area. You find you find 2 hill giants with holes in their head and apparently brains sucked out. And you find 3 more ogres in that same condition. And as far as like stuff to find, you search the mind flayers, and they appear to be emaciated, but they're alien enough that you can't be sure. You do find 1 potion of mind reading, and you find what appears to be a long piece of meat, like about this size.
Ew.
Not a brain.
So like a pork loin? Like a pork loin or like a
Well,
like what?
it's not exactly like a pork. I mean, give me who has proficiency in chef's tools? I think Thrax does.
Brewers too. Oh no, cook's utensils. Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. It appears to be a tongue. And Khalifa, I don't know if you want to check it out for magical properties.
I do.
Okay.
I will cast detect magic on it. Or I'll cast detect magic and then I'll look at it.
It's got magic. Yeah, it's magical.
Can I tell what kind of magic? Is it
Yeah, I mean, I'll say you do identify on it, and I'm putting it into the PowerPoint.
Ew.
It gives you it can give you the benefit of the tongues spell, which means you can understand and speak any language.
ooh.
Cool.
Do you have to eat it raw or can you cook it?
I don't know.
Is it preserved or is it going to
It's not rotting.
fester on it? It's not rotting.
It's not
Good.
rotting, and since it's magical, that's a pretty good sign that it's probably going to be okay.
So I know that
Look at that picture.
That's really
Nice.
gross.
yeah, now I want to look at the picture.
It's like somebody, had a tongue at home on their black.
On the cutting board. Yeah.
Hey, have you been making lengua tacos?
Why is it not refreshing for me? I want to see the tongue.
It's a slide 7.
Yeah, it's just not refreshing for me
Well,
yet.
it's an actual photograph of an actual tongue, I guess.
A big old beef tongue.
Gross. All right.
Yeah,
Not
delicious.
little.
I mean, you just pressure cook it and then you peel off the outside. Delicious. So good.
Yummy.
So
Tongue of
good.
tongues.
It's no beef cheeks.
Oh, you have to eat it?
So
Oh,
good.
sick. Well, that is useful. I wonder. So Neil can read all languages with his spell, comprehend languages, right?
And understand them. Yeah.
And understand them. But as far as speaking, can he speak?
No.
I mean, this is going to be handy because that's a big tongue. We only have to eat a portion. They don't say what a portion is exactly.
There are
It
4
has
portions.
4 portions.
Oh, my bad.
They do
Oh,
say
4
it,
portions.
exactly.
That's the very first sentence. I skipped over that part. Oh, that's funny. 4 portions. Well, okay. Oh, that's still cool. Four spells. It's cool. All right.
Neil has some fancy thing that makes hit die better, right? I don't remember what it is.
Oh yeah, everybody who refreshed gets an extra D6, I believe.
Nice.
Where do we see what our hit die is? I forget what mine is. Is it a 1d6?
Yours got to
I
be
mean, a
1d8.
D6?
No, wait,
Is it a
I missed
D8?
something. How do I heal? I don't remember. I get injured so
I mean,
rarely.
I don't know what y'all are thinking of doing, but I don't think unless you're planning on starting a fight for no reason, I don't think you need to worry about how much you heal.
Anyway,
I
just
mean, do
FYI though, if you go to short rest, at
It's
the top
like
of your
it's
page.
like 4 a.m.
Short
You're
rest. Okay.
probably
Ah,
you're
there
probably
it is.
coming up on long rest.
All right.
Ah, yeah. 1d8 plus 1. Oh,
I
that's
think
good.
definitely heal.
Oh, that's right.
Melvin, did you see my message to you in the Slack? You take 32 from my healing spell.
Thank you.
All right.
I
Okay.
rolled 2d8 plus 2 and I got a 6. God damn it.
Yeah. At long rest, you heal back up though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
Right.
Anything else worth exploring?
And Melvin, Scape is sort of nuzzling up against you. You've
I was
made a
wondering
new
about
friend
Scape.
here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pet him and do some talking to him. You know, what's how's he feeling that like you know, it
Yeah.
seems like they did some weird brain replacement thing to you because that's not your original brain, I don't think.
It doesn't know how to respond to that. But it
Okay.
says, yeah, scary things bad. You killed scary things. We killed scary things.
He killed
Go Scape.
You were very you did better than I did. Good job, Scape. I'm gonna blame you.
Mhm.
So are you gonna stay here with the Giants? Do you want to kind of go free? What if Scape?
Scape likes giants and Scape likes you. Are you going to stay here with the giants? We all stay here with the giants.
Well, you know, we're
You stay here with Scape.
we're gonna try and be friends with the Giants, but I think you know they've already got a pretty full house. I'm guessing we will probably need to move on.
Should Scape move with you?
I don't know. Let me ask my friends. Guys, do we want a goat familiar?
A giant goat.
Giant.
That
You
can
know, it
shoot,
could
things, that
come
can
in
shoot
handy.
things out of his brain.
Yeah, he does seem pretty handy. I mean,
He's good in a scrape.
it's great.
What could go wrong?
I'm gonna feed him a carrot while we're talking.
All right.
Sure, you know, you're
How
love to have
unsightly
you
is
with us.
his brain?
Yeah, can we do anything about his?
We're gonna make him
Oh,
a
we
hat.
patched it up a little bit, didn't we?
Not that I remember.
We tried, but it fell off.
Yeah,
We could put the dread helm on him.
Oh.
We're gonna have to, we're
Well, hold
gonna
on.
have to make
I'm
into a-
proficient in blacksmithing. I can definitely hammer out a very nicely fitted little
Yeah.
metal cap for his head, right?
I like that.
I do think that when we're traveling in cities, Scape may raise some questions.
Do you mean because of his size?
For example, there are many things about Scape that I think would lead most.
Could
people
we
out of
disguise
city.
him as like a horse, like a big horse?
See, I'm thinking that Scape is going to be a pack animal.
I think we keep him. I think, yeah. I think
Yeah, we
he
gotta keep him.
clearly has affection for Melvin, and he's proven himself to be a very valuable ally. I think this goat can stay with us as long as he likes. I'm happy with him.
Me too.
Right. Yeah, it's about the size of a horse. And okay.
Awesome.
I just got to get it up that ladder.
I'm gonna have to practice my mounted combat.
Okay. Anything else you want to do down here?
We haven't explored the whole place, have we?
Well, you haven't found the family of giant crocodiles, that's for sure.
I
mean-
would just like to see the rest of the basement.
Okay. Are we?
Let's
I don't
do
even
a-
think I have roll 20 pulled up.
Cave over here.
Quick walk through here.
I mean, I walk back here behind the giant. I see a rat to my left. I see a bunch of nooks and crannies.
Just want to see the rest of this map.
Oh, I see the river. There's the river.
Oh, is that the river?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I think
Well, here you
got-
go.
It's
There's the
got
rest of the
giant
map.
white. It's got giant white arrows in it.
Maybe that's the way the current goes.
maybe that's a whirlpool.
Oh yeah, that's the current. So there's nothing else cool down here, Jay? This whole section of map, there's nothing cool in it. There's no.
Well, I mean, if you follow the river, you might find some giant crocodiles. Don't know if that's what you're into.
Lots of
Not
nooks
that
and
much, I
crannies.
guess.
No. Not into giant crocodiles.
Not especially.
Looks like there's a stage. Is this a stage over here? What's this thing?
What's that?
What's this thing up here? This thing. Is that like a stage, like a fire pit?
That's a hole.
There's one of those down here too.
Probably something lives down there.
There's a hole.
Well,
Oh,
you have
that's
10 hit
cool.
points. Don't get too close.
Could that be how the mind flayers are getting in and out? Maybe we
Yeah,
should
so
descend
do we
and-
have any idea how many mind flayers there are? We never got any. Giants didn't tell us anything, right? No, nobody remembers.
I don't think so. I don't think they specifically said that that was all of them. Thanks, but
Oh,
Escape-
but the giants did snap out of their
yeah.
snap out of their
True.
Okay.
bunk.
Okay. Okay. Good point.
I'll ask Scape. Was there one bad thing or two bad things,
Or many.
or more than one? I don't know.
It says, "I saw two bad things,"
Uh-oh.
which is what you thought.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Cool.
Well, let's make our way up and parlay with the leader then, unless these other hallways connect to anything. But I think I'm just kind of following along, letting Schmax lead the way to set off any traps.
I don't know. If there's nothing, there's nothing.
You guys came to this south area here. Oh, that's where that hole is you were talking about.
Yeah, there's another hole down here.
And up
Can
this
we-
hallway. Hey, there's a door in this hallway.
Really?
Yeah, and
Well-
there were a couple gibbering mouthers, but they were easy enough for you to dispatch.
I got
Oh,
you.
nice. Okay, thanks.
I accidentally went off the. I don't know if you can see this door unless you accidentally go off the path to the south and cheat. My bad.
Through the wall.
So did we check out? There was like the ogres came from this room.
Oh yeah, let's check that out.
Yeah, it looks like this is generally a place where the ogres, maybe the giants live upstairs and the ogres live downstairs. So it's a working and living quarters.
For ogres.
Well, let's make our way upstairs and parlay with the leader here. And maybe we can be rewarded by getting them out of the city.
I like it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you go upstairs, well, it's not a ladder, there are stairs. So yeah, Scape can go up the stairs with you. When you get to the top, you can tell that the barricades have been pulled down. The door was nailed shut, but apparently the other giants were convincing enough that they unnailed it. And now it's open. And as you walk up, there's a couple giants sort of waiting for you, and they say, "Is it true?" They say in giant, "Is it true? Did you kill this creepy things?"
Yes, we did. Woo.
I meant to bring the head of one of them.
Yeah, I was wondering why you didn't.
Do they want to see a? All right, I'll run back down and
Let's do that.
bring along the head of a one of the mind flayers for them.
All right.
Head of Giant the Baptist.
Let's keep the head of the other one in like the bag of holding or something, so that we can, I don't know if there's anything to do to study it, but certainly it seems like people didn't believe that these existed, right? I mean, even though we'd all heard tales, we thought that they were kind of make believe.
Okay. Is that going to get like all yucky on the inside of the bag of holding?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Is there an
I don't know.
inside to the bag of holding?
Or
Are
is it
we
just-
all
which side
excited?
are we on? Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I
We-
take heads from both of them then, and bring them back up. Give one of them to, who has the bag? Brambrick?
He does.
Okay. Give Brambrick one to put in the bag, and show off the other one a la Theseus in
Perseus.
Perseus, thank you. In I was like Pericles, Theseus, damn it, in Clash of the Titans.
All right. You go upstairs, and they're pretty impressed by this thing. They're horrified by it, and they wave you into the great hall where Gullah, who only like crashed from over drinking like 2 hours ago, is now sitting on her throne-ish type chair. She's a little tired, but she's awake.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
Gullah's
progressive.
a chick.
These are some progressive hill giants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, they saw how well Margaret Thatcher did, and they thought we can do like that. So she's been awakened only an hour or two after she crashed, but she's there. She's got the hair of the dog that bit her, got a glass of mead right there, and says, come in. Is it true you killed the creepy things? We didn't like those.
And at this point, I'm just translating. So anybody who wants to talk to her, just talk to her, and I will real time it.
Oh, great Gullah, leader of the hill giants. We've vanquished this infestation of these evil, manipulative creatures.
Ha! Yes, we didn't like them. Did you know they put themselves on giants' heads, and then the giants died? It was horrible. We didn't like them at all.
We found 3 more of your brethren that were fallen to their tactics, but they cannot be saved, unfortunately.
No, they're dead.
We have eliminated the evil that's down there for now, but feel that
Great.
that they seem to have come here looking to feed on giants because of the attack on the city. So we recommend that you and all of your kin find a new area to live farther into the wilderness and away from the big city to avoid these creatures.
Why would they come here because of the attack on the city?
It's a puzzle, but they did show up after you attacked the city, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah, so I think probably to be on the safe side, you would probably not want to continue to be going to Baldur's Gate, because I think that's what brought them here.
Or we could keep going to Baldur's Gate and get all that food.
Well, maybe we could find a way for you to get the food without putting yourselves in so much danger. Because it really seems dangerous to bring these creatures here. And it seems like going
Yeah.
to Baldur's Gate did that.
Don't like them. Don't
Yeah.
like them.
Don't like them. So maybe we could find another way to get you some food.
Do they live in Baldur's Gate?
Well, I'm not sure exactly where they live, but they seem to have come here because maybe there wasn't food available for them in Baldur's Gate.
And we stopped them for now.
And we're worried that if you guys keep taking all the food out of Baldur's Gate, they're going to keep coming here.
We all know that cities attract all kinds of vermin. That's why you guys live in the country. Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Oh yeah. Vermin.
Like
Just
it?
I
like,
li-
like this hat.
Those are good. They're little, but now just pop them in your mouth. Just I like vermin.
Did we had a plan with someone in the city to try and get some food outside the city? Was that a
I'm not sure if we did, but don't we still want to know whether or not the giants were put up to this by the mind flayers? Can we like find out whether
well, yeah, why did you guys go to the city in the first place?
And then she sort of settles in. You get the impression you're about to hear a whole story. You're not gonna hear a short answer.
So I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Cool.
Too dumb to lie. Okay. All right. Yeah, that lasts for like 10 minutes. You can only tell the truth.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. She sits back. Story might be longer than 10 minutes. She says, long ago, the giants ruled the land, all this land. And then we fought a big war with dragons. Dragons! Do you like dragons? Dragons. Nobody likes
Sometimes we
dragons.
kill dragons too. We kill
Yeah.
dragons. Yeah.
I kill dragons too. We fought a big war with the dragons. And the best giants at killing the dragons were the storm giants. They were great at killing dragons. They killed so many dragons. They made a throne of dragon skulls called the Worm Skull Throne. And the head of the storm giants sat on the Worm Skull Throne and ruled all the giants. All the giants followed who sat on the Worm Skull Throne, and that was the Storm Giant King. It was great. And the war lasted a long, long time. A long time. And both sides got weaker. And then the small people started appearing, and there were less dragons, and there were less giants, and there were more small people. So it was sort of less of a war. And all the giants still did what the Storm King did. At this point, the Worm Skull Throne had been lost, but we still honored the Storm King. And he said, don't pick on the small folks. There are a lot of them. Just live separately from them and don't bug them. And sometimes we would bug the small folk, but usually we didn't, because if we did, the storm giants would come and shoot lightning at us and smack us around and say, stop doing it. So sometimes we'd bug the small folk, but usually we didn't. But lately, like for a long time, storm giants haven't been around. We've barely seen the Storm King at all, maybe like once in a long time. So they're just not here. But then recently, a small person came here one day and said that we could go to the city and eat anything there we wanted. He said that since the storm giants weren't around, obviously they didn't care if we went to the city or not. So that we didn't have to stay away from the small folk anymore. We could just go there and eat whatever we want. And we like the sound of that. We like having lots of stuff. And he said his boss would make sure that we could eat whatever we wanted from the city. And he told us when to attack. He told us what day. And he put big marks on the walls to show us where to hit the walls to knock them down. The big marks were like this. They were like this marks. And that showed us where to hit the walls to knock them down.
What did this small man look like?
He had sort of long white hair and a robe. Yeah. And he was small. Like y'all, like all of you.
So
And
can
why
I
did you
create a
believe
minor?
him?
Can I create a minor illusion that's like a picture of Cooper Black
Mhm.
and say, is this the man that spoke to you?
No, that's not him.
What about Schmax's, the head of Schmax's order?
I don't know what he looks like. Schmax, can you do minor illusion? No.
No. He said he was a military guy. He had some sort of military rank, and he worked for a boss with a little name. Well, his boss, he said his name was just X.
S?
No,
X.
X.
X gonna give it to you?
X gonna give it to you.
He said his boss was X, and X would make sure that we could eat whatever we wanted in the city.
Hmm.
And that's been great. We got so much food. All my giants are so happy with all the food, and it's been really great. And now, after that first run, we just been doing, every couple days, just going to the city and getting a ton of food. It's pretty awesome here. You should stay here and eat with us. Bring some food. Bring some food for our guests. Bring some food.
I think
And some servants start bringing in food, and says, but then a couple days ago, these creepy things came in the basement. Yeah, I don't think they have anything to do with the city. I think creepy things just show up sometimes. So thanks for killing them.
Oh shit.
And we're pretty sure they're here because of the city.
Well, maybe.
When we talked to them, they said that they couldn't find food in the city, so they came here.
Well, yeah, we're taking all the food in the city.
So I think probably a
Oh.
safer thing to do would be to make sure you get some food here, but we also keep you away from the city. Because then you'll have the food that you want, but the creepy things won't come.
Yeah, I mean, I like you. You killed the creepy things. I can't tell my giants to stop eating. We got so much food. Did you say you could get us some other food?
I think we have a lead on some other food.
If
So,
you
can we make an arrangement that if I can find another place to put the food, you won't go into the city anymore?
Yeah, you killed the creepy things. I like you a lot. So yeah, if you can get us food, I can't tell my giants to stop eating the food, but if you can get us food from somewhere else, we'll stop going to the city. Yeah.
All right, I think that's probably about as good as we're gonna do, guys. What do we think?
Hunter, did you have some questions?
All down.
I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for figuring out how to convince them to go. But so this man that serves this leader X, how did they contact you, and how can we try to reach them?
Oh, he came here. He just showed up. He was a major.
And
A
this is where
major?
Thrax pops up with, was his name Drust?
No, his name was Domo.
Major Domo.
Major Domo.
Yes, you've met him. Yeah, I should have asked. He's a small person, so maybe you know him. Major Domo.
I don't know what is. Does anyone know Major Domo from their background? I don't know.
Well, Major Domo is a position, right?
Sure.
Which
Hmm.
implies that the giant understood the common tongue. So don't think about it too much.
Gotcha. What else is on my?
Okay, yeah, he just showed up and told us where and when to come and get the food from the city.
So he didn't tell you how to contact him. He doesn't give you any sort of like letters or anything like that. He just
letters.
Huh.
You know, like that thing that was on the wall.
Yeah, he painted those on the wall.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, do
So, yeah,
y'all
he gave us
recognize
those.
that sign or rune or something? Tell me it's not a G rune.
I mean, it's an X.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing something
Oh,
swirly
no,
or
sorry.
Okay.
It's just an X.
Okay.
I think it's a Kai, actually.
Yeah, he said his boss X would make sure we had lots of food and that he was here representing X and that the storm giants obviously didn't care. Now, we like the storm giants. we miss the storm giants,
Where
but they haven't been around.
where is the storm giants kingdom? I mean, do they so we know the cloud giants have a floating castle. We visited that and talked to one of their leaders. But
Mhm.
where's the storm giant king, and where's this worm skull throne?
So okay, one question at a time.
All right, where's the storm king?
They live out in the ocean somewhere. We usually wait for them to come to us, swimming far
What's the
away to
name?
swim.
If you
What's
ever
the
wanted to
name
go
of
to
their-
them, how would you get there?
I wouldn't. It's a long way to swim.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Did you get there by boat?
Do you have a boat? It needs to be a big boat.
A big boat, yeah. But if you wanted to send the Storm King a message, how would you do that?
I guess I'd cook a really good meal and hope he smelled it.
Giants.
All right. What was your other question?
The worm skull throne, was that in the storm giant kingdom, or where was that?
Where is it? It's not here. Do you know where it is?
You've been very helpful, thank you.
If you find it, could you bring it here? Because if I sat on it, I would be the ruler of all giants, and that would be great. So yeah, but it's not here. I don't
Fair
think.
enough.
I don't think it's here. If it was, I would sit on it and then rule all giants. Because whoever sits on the worm skull throne, all giants will follow them.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food,
Great
pigs.
question.
What did you eat before you started invading the city? What was your main means of sustenance?
Oh, wild animals, trees. Yeah.
Yeah, a
Bushes.
balanced diet is good. I think you should eat trees. I mean,
Yeah.
otherwise, just eating meat, it's not going to go well for your insides.
Good to know. Did you know that the anus is quite a and then thus concludes the one-on-one battle.
Welcome back, Dave.
And then the one-on-one battle between Brambrek and the Hill Giant came to an end, and everyone agreed it was the best battle they had ever seen.
Ever seen. It was so epic.
Yeah, we'll remember Brambrek well. We should make him a big gravestone. That was great.
Now I know you're joking because that's not how it would have ended.
So,
We're
Okay.
in the midst of a non-productive talk with the king of the giants.
and if the conversation turns, and the Hill Giants do say that if the Storm Giants were to reappear, that the Hill Giants like them and they would follow them, but the other giants probably would not, just because the Storm Giants have been gone so long that the other giants seem to have gotten independence in their head, something like that. Scratch off thing I'm going to work naturally into conversation.
Well, we certainly should be on the lookout for these storm giants. Well, maybe we can arrange for a location outside the gates of the city for the food to be placed. So you guys and Gullah, you can ask your giants to-
So you still want us to walk all that way to get the food? I mean, if we're working out
Well,
a
we
deal,
can bring it, have it closer, you know, that more convenient for you.
Sidebar for the octopodemos here. So our plan is to somehow like feed giants on a streaming basis. Like, what's our plan here?
Well, I thought the Lord's Alliance said they had some stash of food that they had access to.
They're full of crap.
Well, but here's what I'm saying, man.
I think we're setting up a tribute system temporarily.
Temporarily till we get the storm giants back, right? Because it sounds like once the storm giants show up, then things are fine. So
Here. Yeah.
here, but I'm only
Yeah.
solving the here problem, man.
How about we convince the townspeople to set up some farms for the giants right by their stronghold to save the giants from having to walk all that way to get their food. That way we empower the people to help themselves.
That might be a hard sell.
Who's going to want to live at the giant farm?
Yeah,
Well,
that doesn't exactly teach a man to fish.
Hazard duty.
Yeah, after having all their people eaten, I don't know how happy they're going to be with the thing where we say, no, you just give them all your food. It's fine.
Just some food. We give them some food.
Better than being eaten.
Yeah, that's
We're
true.
grading on a curve here.
Ah,
I mean, Gullah agrees to this plan, you know. But I won't say it's not without flaws.
to what, my plan of making a farm out there for them?
No,
Oh,
just the general plan of if
Feed
you
them.
give them
Feeding-
other food, they'll
Feeding the
stop.
giants.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we make promises we can't deliver on, and then we betray them and fight.
We're gonna
We're
find
politicians.
we're gonna find the storm giants. It's gonna be fine.
all right.
Back to burning it down.
That
Now
was
we're on-
discussed.
Now that we're on the inside.
No, we're creating
It was
Uber Eats
discussed.
Spent
for
the
giants.
last week looking for accelerant. We're good now.
Comparing the
Goodbye.
mind flayers to termites, that was discussed.
Yeah, we're creating a Uber Eats for giants right now.
Okay, we have conclusively decided that the mind flayers are preying on the giants post-attack, and the giants were put up to this, but like they're totally unrelated. It's just a coincidence that mind flayers showed up after all of this.
yeah, that seems
Seems
sketch.
likely.
Seems sus.
Maybe somebody got the giants to do their dirty work, then wanted to get rid of the giants.
That could be.
Some giant plot.
Poker face, poker face, poker face, poker face, poker face.
So we could find out who sent the mind flayers.
I wonder if Neil could do detect thoughts on Gullah to really just see a picture of this person. Even though Gullah is being honest, maybe it's hard for Gullah to just say exactly who
To
it was.
describe. Exactly.
I don't know. But then I guess Neil would have to describe it to you if we think it's Shogun or something, because none of us necessarily know what he looks like.
Yeah.
But at least, does everyone agree that my illusory picture of Cooper Black was pretty good rendition? That looked pretty good, right? So
I think
That's a
we've ruled
great
out
idea.
Cooper Black as the person, but this guy said he was the major domo of X. So
so X, he could still be X then.
yeah,
I see. Well, I think I don't know if we're going to get adequate resolution. I think there's still about 25 giants roaming around here. I don't know if we're going to get any sort of violent resolution to this either.
I think we've done all we can do talking to Gullah for now, right? Like we've
Yeah.
got a deal that if we provide them with food, they're lazy enough that they don't really care.
I think we
about
need to
going to the
communicate with our allies that we've made, like the information that we found, and maybe try to investigate this more in the other cities as well to see if there are any other illithid infestations to try to wipe out those giants. Maybe other giants will have more information. I also was wondering if I would have a chance to go back to Candlekeep to try to research not only these illithid, which apparently are real things, but also more lore about the Storm Giant King and where this kingdom might be and how we could get there. Because it's certainly it's got to be written down somewhere if this all happened in history.
So what's your plan for now? So it's like 4 a.m. You've reached a tentative agreement with the giant leader. You're about 16 hours away from the full moon rising. What's up? Are you saying your goodbyes? Gonna go camp? You're gonna take a long rest here? I mean, you get to the point where you're all pretty exhausted.
It is a pretty secure building, but I think since they eat people, I'm less inclined to want to sleep here. What do you guys think?
Agree.
All right. So you're gonna walk off and camp for the
Yeah.
Sorry, what's
noon.
the tentative agreement that we have with him?
As long as we give them some food, they'll stay out of the city.
Oh, okay.
And also, if we were to get the Storm Giants King to return, then they would follow him. And he previously had a truce with all the small people that he said giants were to not really invade small people cities.
Okay.
So that's the real end, is we got to get the Storm King back.
Yep. So about that lycanthropy, if we are setting up camp in the woods, do we want to go ahead and eat the pears or whatever the appropriate thing is?
Jay, do we like feel it coming on, or is it really just like
Well,
after full
you know
moon?
that tonight is gonna be the full moon. So it's like 4 a.m. and tonight is gonna be the full moon.
You guys-
Seems like we ought-
Non-werewolves among us prefer that you eat the fruit.
you have for
How many
dinner.
pairs? How many pairs do we have?
I think you got 10. I think you got
Really?
12 and you gave 2 to what's her name to research.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, let's eat the pears.
It's 3 of you guys. It's Schmax, Thrax, and who?
Brambrick.
Oh, Brambrick.
I mean,
What could go wrong?
All the
if we're
guys
all
who are-
afraid of werewolves.
I mean,
Standing
go
out
wrong
front
if-
getting bit.
Your cleric can cast remove curse, which would, you know, like the full moon gave you like horrible cramps and stuff, but it would delay it for another month. I mean, I don't know. You know, I will say that, you know, Dave Miller and I have discussed if there are options, and we have not come to anything. But if you want to kick the can down the road, you can just have cramps all night and get remove curse from your cleric.
I think I'm willing to eat the fruit at this point. Actually, you and I did not talk further about it, but yeah, I think I'm willing to eat the fruit and
Okay.
put the lycanthropy in the past.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I guess
Let's eat a pear. Let's do it.
Yeah. Thrax will eat anything or lick anything.
Or like want to poach them or just
I don't know if they're ripe. I mean, nice ripe pear. That's delicious.
nice right pair that we've been traveling with us. For
right. I was gonna
2.5
say
weeks.
We're gonna
Huffing
take
around the
the
bag of
mushed,
holding.
the mushy remains of the pear and squish it. Sounds
Right.
delicious.
So what
All right.
happens?
All right.
So we eat the pears. What
yeah.
happens?
And you get I mean, you feel a lot better instantly. You get some other benefits, but you know, I don't know if you're going to be picking a fight. I don't know if it's going to if it matters, we'll look up those other benefits.
I mean, once we hear how great they are, we're gonna want to go back and fight those giants.
Mhm. They get like 10 more hit points
Oh, that's gonna be easy now.
and the ability to set any building on fire.
Yes. Laser eyes.
So you take
Well-
assume a long rest from like 4 a.m. to about noon or so.
I guess,
I
yeah, I guess
wonder,
You go to House of Pies right before it
Jay,
closes.
did I get the sense that
pesos.
Candlekeep was like open 24/7? Like, could I like go there instead of taking a full long rest while these guys are sleeping, or no?
I mean, it's probably not fully open overnight.
Okay. And
I mean, you could do your 4 hours of trance and then go there at like 8 a.m.
yeah. Well, what do you guys think about, you guys pass along the information to the leadership and I meet you back in Baldur's Gate. But I'm gonna maybe travel over to Candlekeep and try to do some some library research. Does that sound useful, or should I stick with you?
What happens if you find out the Candlekeep has been overrun by giants since the last time you were there or heard from them?
That's true. It does take a full minute for me to make a new teleportation circle. Wouldn't do to get caught unawares. All right, we'll put a pin in that. I'll stay here.
Wow, I like how just the threat of maybe there are giants there. You're like, I can't even last a minute without them.
Of course, Brambrek would like that.
Yeah, bring Brambrek with you.
I'll go with you. I ate my pear. I feel good.
All right. So what's the after your long rest? What's the destination? Because the city leadership is in Eltruel, sort of hunkered down there with a lot of the evacuees, which would be sort of straight north, and Baldur's Gate would be like west northwest.
Hmm. Well, I think we need to talk to the leadership, right?
Seems like we should let them in on the plan to feed the giants and get them out of the city.
Since they're the ones that have to carry it out, right?
Since we're not turning into a band of farmers.
Meet here every Sunday night, guys. I'll tell you how your crops are doing.
I made my weeding roll.
Octopodemos.
All right. So I assume you settle down for the late night, early morning, wake up fully refreshed. Your
Yay.
brains are all back where they should be. And you're going to head north to Elturel. And Ariel, you know the way because you've never been this close to the giant fortress, but this is sort of your old stomping grounds. And in fact, the path between here and Elturel, how is that city pronounced? Elturel, is going to take you pretty close to your old village.
Well, maybe I'll relay that to my colleagues that I've been away from my home for a long time, out adventuring with you, and since we're going to be so close, I would really like the chance to go back and visit my home along the way. Can
Wait
we
a second.
make?
I thought you were from Baldur's Gate.
Well, I'm not from Baldur's Gate proper. I'm really from the area outside, more of the country. I mean, you would understand, Melvin. I'm not a city boy. It's more of a small village near a forest.
Okay. So you head out, do most of a day's walk, and around evening time, Ariel, you see that you're getting close to your village, and you walk up. There's a nice temple, and it's sort of a temple to Melora, although I believe you call her something different in this region. Maybe not.
Yeah, Maliki.
Okay, and a temple with 20 or 30 houses near it, and then other farms on the outliers. And you're coming up to a house that you know very well. And as you come up to this house, all of you see, people are looking, and they look at Ariel, and they start to whisper, and they go into the house, and then running out of the house, a young woman comes running out of the house. Her dress is sort of the high-waisted dress, and it looks like she's pregnant. She's about 4 or 5 months pregnant, and she runs straight up to Ariel. She says, "Ariel, you're back! You're back! I can't believe it!" And she hugs him so tight. "You're back! I've missed you so much. You're back! Thank you so much! Oh my gosh, I can't believe this."
I turn to Brambrek and say, I always assumed he was gay.
I did not see that coming.
No, the rainbows, it was all
The rainbows.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
We're not judging.
Erica, it's so good to see you. These are my comrades. I told you when I left that I had an important mission to do.
You did. I didn't know you'd be away so long, though.
Nor did I. And I'm sorry to say that I'm not back for good.
What?
We're still the mission that I went on to with at Princess Celestia's behest. It's not yet complete. There's still evil in this world that I need to get rid of, and these are my companions that I found that have helped me on this mission. But it's not yet done.
You're not going to stay. We've been so worried. Yeah, you said you had this mission, then you went, and then we didn't hear anything. And then after a couple weeks, Ursula disappeared too. Remember Ursula? I mean, that was good. I was sort of happy when she disappeared. You know how I felt about her. But she disappeared too, and that was supposed to be on some mission too. And I thought, oh, maybe now that she's gone, maybe she'll do your mission and you'll come back. But then you didn't. And then the giants started rampaging. Have you heard about the giants? There are giants like rampaging, and they ate Larry from the next village.
No,
they ate him.
Not Larry.
Yeah. And they've been taking crops and livestock, and it's so scary. But you're back. You're back, but do you mean you can't stay? But the baby's gonna come.
Well, that's certainly a surprise. When are we expecting the baby?
Oh, about I mean, I'm about halfway along, so it'll be a few months.
Well, this is a very powerful group of friends that I've encountered, and I think
They look like it.
we should be able to complete the mission by then. I don't
What's the
want to
mission?
go away.
I've just heard it was an important mission. Do you know what is the mission?
Mainly not being a dad.
Oh, wow.
How many months have we been together?
Been together about 2 months. Not even 2 months.
Yeah.
So
D&D
know.
time is different.
Aaron and I guess we didn't quite get all the details
Get the
squared
details
away as
straight,
much as I
yeah.
thought they would. I thought you knew about this.
I didn't know that I knew. I don't know. Maybe I knew.
Okay.
But I'm not back for good yet. I
Well,
need to make sure that the world that our child comes into is a safe one, and there's great evil afoot right now, and I know unless we complete this mission, the world will not be safe for our child.
So is your mission to stop the giants?
Well, that is something that we have helped with, but that's not the only evil that is afoot.
Wait a minute. So wait, is your mission to stop the giants or not? I'm confused.
So am I.
Is your mission just to stop all evil before you return to family life?
Princess Celestia has sent me on a mission that I know that I must complete before I return.
To stop the giants.
Unfortunately, the giants, I think, are distraction from this other mission that I would like to complete.
Oh, so you're not doing anything with the giants. You're focusing on the mission you have to get that done.
He is.
Somebody else
He
will
is.
take care of the giants, I guess.
Someone else is going to take
sure.
care of the giants, I think.
Okay. When you hold your hand in front of your mouth like that, it seems like you're being give me a deception roll. She's gonna roll insight.
Oh man.
Oh, brutal.
Meanwhile,
She's
I'm
gonna
kinda
roll with advantage 'cause
slinking
she's married
behind
to you.
Brambrek, just
Yeah, I think-
uncomfortably. I want to remove myself from this conversation.
Seriously.
I'm
How
gonna
about that candle keeps
consciously
fading?
like look around, like.
Well, The good
Did you roll a
news is
deception
I have
roll?
I have a +7 on deception,
Oh, you do.
so I
Hmm.
got a 22.
Yeah, she rolled a 10. I don't know what her insight is, but
Your parents must be very proud.
I know.
all right. So okay. So you're gonna take care of this evil. Okay. Well, will you and your friend stay here for the night at least?
Yes.
You especially?
Yes, we'll stay here for the night, won't we, gentlemen?
Yeah, she's looking at Breezy's face. She's like, you'd stay somewhere else. We have
Yeah.
It seems like you all need to get reacquainted. You've been
Yeah, I don't know that you
apart
guys
for
knew
so
that
long.
I've been away from my family all this time for the purpose of defeating Cooper Black. And my visit here has really driven home that I can't allow myself to be distracted by all these other things. I realize there's a lot of evil in this world, but the evil that I set out to stop was that of Cooper Black.
Was
And
it? Did you even know about Cooper Black when we set out?
That's who Princess Celestia wanted me to stop. I didn't know his name, but it was clear that she told me that there was this force of evil that was more dangerous than I could ever imagine. After meeting Breezy, it became clear to me that was none other than Cooper Black. And that's the mission I have to complete before I can return home to my family.
And if you fail,
I'm not going to fail.
Okay.
Failure is not an option.
Not an option.
Well, I'm sure that there's a room at the inn that has 7 beds, and we'll leave you and not Princess Celestia here to enjoy your evening together.
Erica
Hey,
and our unborn son Sebastian, I'm sure, or Flounder. I'm not sure which.
Wow.
Brick, can I take you up on that offer to be my second going to
Sure.
Candlekeep?
Yeah,
If we're just allow him to do this.
yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna need to meet up with you guys somewhere that I can teleport back to. Should we try to meet back up at Baldur's Gate in, I don't know, 48 hours? How long would it take?
Where can you teleport to? Like you
Well, I
can't
can-
teleport to one of them, right? Like,
No, I can only go to the teleportation circle at Baldur's Gate, I think. Well, maybe I don't know. I don't. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to distract from the other thing.
I mean, we're already in an awkward situation.
Right. All right. Never mind. Carry on. I'll talk to
Okay.
Grandback about that later.
All right. And Melvin, you noticed that there is a temple in town dedicated to,
Yes.
with the iconography of Melora.
I thought I would go out and check out the Maliki Malacca.
Yeah.
Um,
They welcome you. They see your iconography. They're like, "Oh, you're a fellow worshiper of Maliki. This is great. Let's show you around."
I've always known her as Melora, but
Oh,
I hear
We know that name too.
One of us-
Yes, she's known by many names. Yes. They say we're glad to have you visit here. We've had a lot less people and we've lost some of our followers in recent days. It's
were they eaten by giants?
one was, but mostly people just abandoned the temple. They've and word is that this is happening all over, that people are just abandoning the gods, saying if the gods can't protect us from something like this, then what good are they? And people are really losing faith in the gods. Hopefully
Good
this
point.
too will pass, but it's certainly what we're going through now. People are looking to put their faith somewhere else, not
I think really we all need to remember that the gods help those who help themselves and organize to get the society that we want, and then we will understand. Then the gods will favor us again.
What
That
you
sounds
do?
like people doing things.
Yeah.
This is
Maybe Melora is
very
different from
This is very
Maliki.
troubling. Sorry, what was that, Dave?
Maybe Melora is different from Maliki.
This
Says,
is
yeah,
this is
there
very
are always
troubling.
troubling times, and some people run to religion during troubling times, and some people run from religion in troubling times, and that's what we're going through right now.
Well, perhaps we need to organize a demonstration of Melora's power to reinvigorate the faith.
Great. We have lots of trees here. We can point out the beauty of trees.
Hmm,
Just a thought.
Okay. Let me give it some thought. Let me sleep on it, and
All right.
I'll be back around in the morning.
I mean, for the most part, the people who have left the faith also left the village. I mean, the temple is sort of the big thing in the village.
That's
They've,
not really helpful, because
yeah.
I'm not really thinking of kind of making the rounds of the district and proselytizing. But if there were
A demonstration might strengthen the faith of the people who are still here. That's always good.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, well, so I'm not your typical priest of Melora or Maliki. I understand the Wild Mother generally has her connection with nature that many of our farmer brethren are particularly attuned to. But she's given me a special calling, and that is battling undead types through the light of her blessing, and that's really what I would propose to demonstrate. If you
We don't have any undead around here for you to
no.
battle.
I'm just thinking that we can bring folks out in the square, and I can really show off the light that Melora brings to our lives.
Sure. Great. Wonderful. I'd like to see that too.
Cool. Well, what's your schedule like tomorrow morning?
Yeah,
I'm sleeping in.
I'm cleaning up the temple, and nothing that couldn't be moved around.
Well, let's maybe. What time's the sun coming up these days?
It's the summertime, so like 5 a.m.
All right, let's do it early.
It's coming up on Midsummer's Day.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to compete with the sun overhead. I think maybe what we're talking about is a dawn service.
Okay, great. So I'll see all of you right at dawn.
I'm not going to speak for my friends. They like to sleep in, but I will be here.
Okay.
Did we all go
Understandable.
to this place?
You're welcome to join. I'm any friend of Melora's is a friend of mine.
Okay. Oh, I like how AP turned off his camera and his microphone.
Made it very uncomfortable.
I'm still here.
No. That's you need your privacy. That's fine.
So I think while he's doing that, I'm going to actually cast a few sending spells to communicate with some of the Lord's Alliance in some of the more far-flung cities.
God, you're such a bad son.
Well, no, that's
You are
what I was going to say.
such a terrible son.
I was just going to say that because I don't really care to tell my dad what's going on. I'm going to talk to my mother for Silvery Moon instead of the Lord's Alliance for Silvery Moon. So I'm going to talk to my mother, Lord's Alliance for Waterdeep, and Lord's Alliance for Neverwinter.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give them each a short blurb, because that's what all I can do. It says, hill giants at Baldur's Gate were infiltrated by Illithid and I don't know, psychically controlled. We've defeated some Illithid and suspect there may be more involving the Storm King. I'll just leave it at that, because that's probably close to 25 words. And if I don't hear anything else, then we'll just go about our day. But they can respond if they choose to.
Okay, so Laryl responds. She says, this keeps getting stranger. No sign of Illithids elsewhere or other aberrations. We've contacted the Storm King, trying to set up a meeting. We'll let you know when the meeting's happening. So that's Laryl. And you contacted the head of Neverwinter, right? Which I don't know if you've had direct contact with that person.
I was trying to remember who it was. That's why I just said Neverwinter. Surely they were at that meeting when we went to Silvery Moon, no?
There was a Lord's Alliance representative there. There was a ambassador there, but not the head of the city.
We
how
could
about
always,
what about the main guy from Phandalin that we were friends with?
Oh, Sildar.
Yeah. I'll do him.
Okay. All right. You contact Sildar, and he says something along the lines of, Illithids, I can't handle that. The leaders of Neverwinter have set up in Phandalin with many, many refugees. The leaders have taken over the large mansion on the hill, made it their own, making themselves comfortable. We're trying to feed and keep order to as many refugees as possible. Something along those lines. So
And Latifah?
the mansion that you guys had your eyes on is being used.
I know, God, we should have bought it. Think of what would be making in rent right now. Short-term rental and a catastrophe, we'd be killing.
But I bet our eviction rights would be restricted.
That's true.
Yeah. So Latifah writes back. She says, "There's been no sign of your father since the day of the attack. I fear for the worst. He stayed behind to lead the city's defense. Almost all the other citizens have gotten out. We're living in the woods. We're doing just fine, but there's been no sign of your father. I'm concerned. Please come when you can."
Okay.
I bet Cooper Black took it. Your family's all about getting into trouble.
Well, knowing him, he's very resourceful. He's probably leading a resistance in the city against the stone giants.
Yeah,
And
you're
it's
batting
just,
like 1,000 for your parents getting in trouble. Sorry. Go
Yeah.
on.
Because the stone giants took over Silvery Moon and they evacuated. The fire giants took over Neverwinter and they all evacuated.
They were like Baldur's Gate.
they were like Baldur's.
People could leave, but a lot of people have never left the city. In Silvery Moon, people are naturey and they were fine with leaving. But in Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter, people are like afraid. It's like it sucks to leave the city. It sucks to stay in the city.
But Mirabar and Waterdeep, like they were trying to keep everyone in the city.
Yes.
Okay. And so I thought that Silvery Moon was also, they were trying to be kept in the city, but it's just that.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
My bad.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, I'll relay that to people later. I guess we're not all together at the moment, but when we do reconvene, I'll let everyone know what I've learned about that. I think I would like to lobby for heading to Silvery Moon to try to investigate if there's anything we can do there as well. But we'll see what the rest of the group thinks is a priority.
Sounds like we're definitely working at cross purposes, right? Like Ariel's recommitting to just doing his thing.
Marriage?
What's that?
Running out on his marriage?
Yes. Yeah. But I guess first thing is we got to see if we can get this plan to get the giants out of Baldur's Gate checked off.
Okay. Anything else you want to do this evening, or should we go ahead to the morning sunrise service?
Go ahead to the sunrise service.
All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Melvin, what's your demonstration of your abilities this morning?
All right, so I'm going to do this quick because I have to review an essay before it gets turned in.
Okay.
So my plan is that I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians,
Okay.
so that there are spirits swirling around myself. Then cast Daylight, and as that fades, just as the sun rises, I'm going to present my holy symbol, the bow Fenthras, and use my channel divinity action, Radiance of the Dawn. But it only harms those who are hostile to me, so it won't hurt anybody, but kind of show off the light bringing power of Melora at the dawn.
All right. and you word had spread, so there's quite a few people in the village out watching this demonstration of light, and it's very much appreciated. You get you get all the oohs and ahs that you would hope to get, and
And of course, I'm going to put in a good word for, worshiping Melora, making your annual donations to the temple, and all of those good things.
all right, done. The people who are here are very, very appreciative and very impressed.
And they
Roll
need
me
to
a
pass
proselytization.
the word. Do what?
Roll me a proselytization check.
They need to pass the word and get their friends to come back to visiting and getting in the swing of things.
Ariel, was there anything that you want to share with us that you wanted to do?
Sorry. Besides fix my wireless, I wanted to talk to Erica more about Ursula
Okay.
and see if I could figure out if she knew anything about where she went or where she might be now. Because I
No,
think her whereabouts might be important to finishing this mission.
no, as you know, I never liked her. She was rude and mean, and no, she disappeared, and haven't heard anything about her since. No.
Does she still live in the same place where she used to?
Well, I mean, not.
I
in the
mean,
past
I know
3
she's
weeks or
not
so.
home now, but I'm wondering
Right.
if,
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe I could go by her old house and see if there's anything left behind there that might give some clue as to where her whereabouts.
I mean, you can.
You could certainly
Yeah.
try. Yeah. Okay. So I'll do that, but
I mean, I don't know what your plan is. Yeah, no, I mean, she got snatched up just sort of like you did, apparently.
I see.
So no
Nothing left behind.
advanced plans.
I see. Mhm.
Okay. All right, so Erica is upset to see you go, but understands that you need to go, and that the sooner you go, the sooner you'll come back, and to start the family together. So, anything you want to do before departing the village? Any of you?
Do they need any money or supplies or anything like that? Because we have accumulated some wealth in our travels.
You're giving stuff away?
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
It's Ariel's unborn child.
Yeah, that
I mean,
works.
They're
Oh,
pretty
you
humble
mean do
people,
is-
but they get by just fine when there aren't giants coming through killing people.
Fair
But
enough.
it's up to you.
Yeah, let's move up
And now
to-
that you know her, you can cast sending. So she even
Nice.
says that she knows you have some sort of long distance communication. So keep her up to date.
I say let's get up to Truliel, El Truel, and
All right.
let you diplomatic geniuses work out this plan.
Okay. So it's about a full day's walk to Elturel. So you're approaching there, and it's like a smaller version of what you saw at where was that? Succumber, Daggerford. It's you're not coming at it from the road from the city, so you don't see refugees as you're approaching it. But by the time you get within a few miles of the city, there's sort of tents and camps and lean-tos and sort of makeshift shelter that people are living in. And you get closer, and you're approached by sort of a middle-aged balding man, and he says, "Oh, have you survived the giants too? Oh, praise Pekla Rabak, praise Pekla Rabak. So are you also followers of Pekla Rabak? Is that why you survived the giants? Pekla Rabak protects us all."
I don't even wear Paco Rabanne.
Oh, you're not a follower. well, you should really believe in Peklarabak. It has saved me from the giants. My friends got eaten, but I was saved. And I learned later that's because I had faith in Peklarabak. And no one who truly believes in Peklarabak can be harmed by the giants. So I'm trying to spread the word to get other people believing to
Yeah.
save you from the giants.
Jay, do we recognize Peklarabak as a normal deity of any kind or anything? Like,
No.
okay.
No. And he's sort of alone. I mean, he's just on his own.
Please spell that.
He was so, oh, you don't spell it, you feel it, you believe in it. You believe Peklarabak in your soul. And that's how you're protected from giants.
Huh.
So he was obviously waiting for anybody to come in from outside the city so he could
So he's either a snake oil salesman, or we've got a new apocalyptic religion, or both.
Or both.
says, well, welcome to the city. Everybody in this city has not been killed by giants yet. And I thank Peklarabak. So please go enjoy the city.
I mean, he's got a compelling point.
Quite.
If he backed it up with pie, I might have bought in.
Okay. Anything? I mean, do you want to excuse yourself from this crazy dude?
So does he look homeless? Does he look
He looks
thoroughly
pretty average. He doesn't look like crazy or any. I mean, he sounds crazy, but he looks like an average, peasant type.
Where did you hear about Peklarabak?
Oh, word is spreading. It was around the time I got here. Someone told me that Peklarabak was what kept giants from killing, and various people have been talking. There are quite a few people around town that follow Peklarabak, and every one of them says the reason I wasn't killed was because of Peklarabak's favor. Every one of them.
Is there a church of Peklarabak, or a minister,
No.
or perhaps a leader?
No, just word is getting around. Word is getting around.
How do you demonstrate your fealty to Peklarabak? What do you do?
It's mostly it's inside you, just believing, just knowing.
Can we make some vague description of a mind flayer and say, wow, is Peklarabak like? And description?
And he looks pretty horrified when you describe like the tentacles coming out of its mouth and the bald purple head. He's like, I hope not. I don't think so.
Do you know what Peklarabak looks like?
It looks like safety from giants. It's not a thing. It's not a person. It's a feeling. It's an energy that's all around us, protecting us from the giants.
Is it midichlorians?
I was gonna say, is it midichlorians spelled backwards? Like
it's more like a promise, really.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess we move on. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
it's not a god.
That was
It's not a
fantastic.
god like the old gods that people go to temples to worship. It's more just all around you, inside you.
Positive feelings?
Yes, he gets it. Yes, thank you. Exactly. Positive feelings, especially towards while thinking about Peklarabak, keeps you safe from giants. Exactly. Thank you. I'm going to go to bed. Thank you for phrasing it so succinctly. I'm going to go to bed thinking about positive feelings tonight because of you. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
If we start to follow Peklarabak, what's the next step? What do we do next?
You don't really do anything. You just believe. Nothing to do. Just believe and don't get killed by giants.
I mean, this is basically like Pascal's wager for giants.
Yeah.
I think we're there already, friend.
Okay. So glad
So
to hear
far,
it.
not
So
killed
glad
by
to hear it.
giants. We're basically there.
All right. Okay. You go sort of towards the middle of the city, and you can see some of the larger buildings, and there's sort of a big meeting house, and it seems to have activity there. And if you were to guess, that would probably be where the city government has set up.
Seems like
So-
a good place to go.
All right. So you can go in there, and it's sort of open. There are a lot of people milling around, and sort of up at the front is some people that appear to be like in charge of the city government. There's some that look like sort of military police types, and some that, wearing the equivalent of business suits, and they're having hushed conversations. And do you want to approach them? And besides them, there are a couple dozen people just milling around having other conversations, or just it's a place to be.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I think we should go find the leaders. They were expecting us at some point, correct?
Yeah. Actually, they do sort of look up. They were expecting you, so they do look up and put two and two together, and figure out who you are. And they wave you over. I mean, you're dressed like adventurers. They say, "Are you the octopodemos? Do you have any news for us?"
Yeah.
We are, and we do.
Great. I hope it's good news. We need it.
Well, we've had the chance to parlay with the hill giant chief.
Oh, and you're alive. Okay.
Great news.
Already impressive. Oh, good. I want great news.
Well, that's it. We're still alive. That's
yeah,
the
that was the great news. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. I'll
No,
take
but
it.
I like the idea of selling this plan as great news.
Great news. The hill giants have agreed to live Baldur's Gate,
If
but we need to
Okay.
provide them some food outside of the city, close to their own city, and then they'll no longer bother the city.
Okay.
So that should keep the city safe. And I appreciate that that's probably not a long-term solution, but at least in the short term, that will get them out of the city. And we believe we have some leads on how we can get them to leave you guys alone for good. Leave the city
Okay.
alone.
That's good. That does line up with some of the plans we've been discussing. And he says, "This is my my agriculture minister. He's been talking to the farmers around here, and that fits with some of the things we've been talking about. We do have the region has emergency food supplies, and we've been calculating how much the giants are eating. And if we take all the emergency food supplies, we think we can keep the giants satisfied for about 6 months." And then the agriculture minister says, "Yes, but that 6 months from now is the middle of winter. And if everything goes right, we'll be able to make it through that winter. But if there's we won't have any emergency food. If there's any drought, thousands of people will die." And the mayor or whatever is like, yeah, but I don't know what the options are. I mean, it's not a good option. You're right. So they're sort of talking about how it would use up all their emergency food supplies, and the head of agriculture is also saying, "And what exactly do we provide them? Do we give them bags of flour? Do we have to bake it into bread? What exactly do we do?"
Dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets, I'm pretty sure.
I hear they like to grind the bones of children to make flour.
No.
They
Big pigs. They like pigs, I understand.
Yeah, they like pigs, and they do eat vegetation. They're omnivorous, it seems. I didn't look too much into this, but they do have a kitchen. So I mean, they do apparently maybe taking them bulk flour would be of somewhat use. I don't know. Were we able to tell when we were there? Did they have prepared meals, or was it just like a bunch of raw vegetables and raw meat?
Yeah, they had prepared meals. And so you've sort of attracted attention. This is sort of, this is obviously something exciting going on. So the couple dozen people are all now facing you, and everybody's having their own say. There's some people are saying, yes, it's worth it. If they can keep the giants out of the city even for 6 months, anything's worth it. And other people are saying, that's our emergency food. If didn't your dad ever teach you, don't spend the seed corn? It's our emergency food. We can't give that up.
What do you
And,
think this is? A non-emergency? I mean, this is
and people chime in agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's not
Look-
going to take anywhere near 6 months to get this fully resolved. Look, this is a stopgap measure, you know, a month, no more.
And but yeah, there are people who are finally saying, you know, I'm not going to save myself from giants just to starve to death. This is insane. You know, we have droughts every 3 years or so, just mild droughts that we get through. If a mild drought hits us this year, we're all toast. And it's getting pretty agitated. People are getting very worked up, very hostile towards each other, and it's getting loud. And finally, you hear an old woman that you hadn't noticed. She's sort of from the back of the crowd, and she speaks up as there's a quiet time in the conversation. She says, well, why don't we offer them some food that they would definitely like? Something like pies. And she looks at all of you, and there's sort of silence. And she says to the city leader, she says, I can arrange to have pies delivered to the hill giants, normal pies, not with any special ingredients, normal pies delivered to the hill giants to keep them satisfied for 1 full year. And the city leaders are looking at her like it's too good to be true,
Yes.
but they want to hear more.
Yeah, I'd
Do
like
we
to hear more
recognize
too.
her?
And they say, and she says, all I request is some items were stolen from me by these people. If they return the items that were stolen from me, I will provide enough pies to keep the hill giants satisfied for 1 full year. That's all I request.
What did we steal from her? The
Soul
children?
jars, I think.
Holes.
Soul jars.
Oh, souls.
And I
Yeah.
don't know if we still have them.
Don't we have the little
We
kids
do.
too?
We definitely have the soul jars.
Don't you have
Yeah,
the little
'cause we
kids
want to
too?
give them to save the other kids.
I don't think we use the soul jars. for
Here's our
anything, do
chance
we?
to use them to save a
We
city.
had the
right?
opportunity to
Right.
trade them, and Melvin did not do it.
That's right. So, we
So
still
the,
have
as
them?
silence has fallen over the room, and the city leaders are looking at you, they're looking at her. They're waiting to hear, you know, she said, all I request is that the valuables that were stolen from me be returned.
So
They're looking at you.
yeah, hold on. We have Cooper Blacks, right? Or not Cooper Blacks, Strahds, right?
Yeah.
You have Strahds and you have 3 others.
Strahds and three
And
others.
the three,
others I
the
don't
three
care
others are
about.
the ones we stole. Yeah, we don't care about those. I
Yeah,
don't think.
I say
Yeah.
give them
Yeah,
the 3 others.
we're not using them.
I mean, we don't need them.
We haven't used them.
Ask if she'll give us some pies too.
Saving
No.
Baldur's Gate seems like a pretty
No.
good thing to do, man.
This is wrong.
Give them the souls.
This is
Mr. Van Peebles, you're raising an objection.
An ethical quandary.
What is she doing with these souls? She's tormenting them.
I don't care if she's snorting them up her nose.
No, she's selling them to people who will torment them. And they're bad people. They're
We couldn't
corrupted
even
souls. That's why they're valuable.
We couldn't even get the souls to talk to
Oh.
us, much less torture them.
I mean,
And we certainly
Yeah,
weren't
you
able to
remember what
trace
you learned about night hags is that they're dealers of corrupted souls. They sell they corrupt people, they get their corrupted souls and they sell them to devils. The more corrupt the better. And so these aren't good people. Anyway.
Breezy votes.
So I think I would like to send a silent message to Breezy mentally, telepathically, that says we should hold on to the soul of Strahd. I think that's
Totally.
too valuable, and I don't want that soul to be released and potentially reincarnated.
Agreed. Did we steal that one from them?
We stole
No.
it from her also. It was one of
she
the
got
ones
that
we
too,
stole
yeah.
from her.
It
So
was?
I think
Yes,
4
that one was
total.
locked in a lockbox under their bed. The other 3 were just like on the shelf. So-
Yeah.
But yeah, you stole that from her.
So we should make sure, like, yeah,
Oh.
we'll return
So if you could,
Before we hand this over, let's hear more about these pies, because last time you were making pies, you were making them with village children.
And she dismissed. She says, "I just said they would be normal pies, not with any special ingredients. Did you not hear me say that? I wouldn't be able to get that many special ingredients anyway. They will
No.
be normal pies made
No
with-
no humans harmed to
Correct.
make the pies.
Okay,
Correct.
I'm rolling an insight check here, Jay. Is she telling the truth?
Let's see.
Hmm.
I mean, my insight's probably not the best, but
Yeah, roll an insight check.
I will once I figure out how to do it on this, because I don't actually have my dice with me.
does she look like Morgie, or does she have a new appearance?
She has a new appearance.
A new appearance, that means we didn't steal it from her. Come on, where's our lawyer?
I rolled a 4, so I don't have any insight probably as to whether she's telling the
You,
truth.
you rolled a medicine
Yeah,
check.
she's hard. She's hard
Yeah,
to.
I
same.
rolled
Yeah, she's hard to read. I mean, she's a some sort of demonic being, and with a illusory face in front of her.
Wasn't she banished from this realm? Didn't we like?
No, we banished her from Barovia.
Yeah, straws.
No, he
realm.
told her to get out. He said leave the room or leave
But
the
no,
house.
like, wasn't there an agreement that she was leaving?
I mean, Melvin said get out or I'll kill you. So that was sort of an
Not in the
agreement.
Same realm as Barovia was in.
Oh, Barovia was a different realm, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, it was in Ravenloft, I bet. I don't know that as a character.
I don't know anything about any agreement. You said get out or I'll kill you, but that was sort of like a
I
today
thought
thing.
that she agreed to leave so we didn't kill her. She would never come back to some plane or something like that.
The
Never come back
agreement
to where
wasn't
she
that
was.
widespread. It was more like leave right now or I'll kill you.
Okay.
Huh. Maybe that's your interpretation.
That's her interpretation. So as you're debating this, the head of the city, who really have a name, older Ravengard, comes over and says, if you've got something of this woman's, I don't care if you stole it, I don't care what it is, I don't care if it was hers at all. If you've got something you can give her that would solve this problem, please do so.
We do, sir. It is a bit complicated in that this.
I'm
this
sure
woman-
it is.
This woman is an extra planar creature that deals in the corrupted souls and sells them in the lower planes with
I mean,
devils.
if she's offering
Um,
infinite pies, I don't doubt that she's some sort of magical or otherworldly creator. But at this point,
Lies with
Yeah.
children. And
the problem arises in that a deal with a devil or a hag such as this is always loaded with some sort of trick or a catch or fine print. Previously, my good friend Bram Breck and I think Neil were both addicted to these pies that she made them that had some corrupting effects and would haunt them with strange dreams in the night. So I am concerned that she may have some ulterior motive more than just the value of the soul jars that we tried to liberate from her.
well, she said there will be normal pies, and if she gives poison pies to those giants, I'm not losing any sleep over that either.
what if she gives pies to the giants that are addicting, so that when the town stops wanting to pay for the pies, the giants decide to become violent again against the town?
Still hard to see how that's worse than what we got right now.
Okay, at this point, Thrax drops into a trance and consults the ancestral spirits
Oh boy.
and does some augury to try to figure out what to do about this.
Does the
Nice.
city have a general counsel that can help us draw up a contract?
Spirits are swirling around him, and he says, "Oh, ancestral spirits, should we give this night hag the soul jars we have?" Or rather, says, "We plan to give the night hag the soul. I think we should give the night hag the soul jars that we have,
Except straws.
except for Strahd's." Woe or weal.
She might not take it if we.
She's
don't.
not gonna go for this deal if we don't give her all 4 soul jars, right?
Well, like Jay said, the ones that we took off the shelves were separate from the one we took from under the bed. She may not know that we took
Yeah.
Strahd's.
Yeah, she doesn't
And
know.
It's the most valuable. She's asked you for Strahd's soul before. It's the most valuable thing that they own.
And
Oh, she
That's-
did ask for.
is there
that's-
anything besides all or none, right? Like, hey, we'll give you 3 out of the 4 for, 6 months.
From your conversations before, Strahd's soul is the prize. That's the crown jewel. The other 3 are also desirable to her.
Maybe we lost Strahd's.
Well, okay, hold on. What question were you asking, Thrax? This assumes the DM knows what's going to happen.
All right, guidance, fellow players. Shall we do a deal with this night hag?
The answer comes back wheel.
Wheel.
That's the
really?
good one.
That's the
That's
good
the
one.
good one. Yeah.
But
There were
I
also
mean,
a couple of intermediate ones.
m-
That
m- you know,
skipped over.
much like the DM, the ancestors can't see that far into the future.
And they may be looking for the best, the most good for the most people, and so maybe that truly is what would be the best.
Yes. How do the ancestors define wheel?
Yeah, are they Kantian or are they?
We're positivists, I think.
The ancestors envision a trolley.
I mean, are the ancestors deciding from behind a veil of ignorance, or
Well, what do you say? Do you share what your ancestors say?
Yeah, I say, well, I mean, it's no, okay, previously I was saying, let's do the deal. And now Thrax is saying, my ancestors also say, let's do the deal. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Strahd is returned to the world?
Hey, we beat him once, we can beat him again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That literally is the worst that could happen, though. I mean, just since you're asking.
Can we do like a fast one? Like agree to return the soul jars, like
Breezy.
swap like a different soul jar in there at the last second, like a little sleight of hand from Breezy or something.
I say we just give her the jars that we've got in the bag. Just promise her to give her all the jars that are in the bag, and on we go.
That would be all the jars, right?
I would just promise her all the jars that are in the bag for this deal.
She says, I need what was stolen from me. That's what I want. What was stolen from me.
we stole it from your sisters?
I you know what I want.
Daughters.
You know what I want. That's the price of this deal.
Wait, are you lawful evil or chaotic evil? Because
Good question.
lawful evil, you made a deal, and now you're trying to change the terms of the deal.
Yeah. She says, the terms are I want back what was stolen. And my daughters, my daughters don't own anything. Ooh, she's neutral evil. My daughters didn't own any of it. I worked for that soul. I put time and effort into it. And then I had to sit around and wait for 450 years before I could do anything with it. And right before I was able to sell it, you took it from me. That was my investment. I put the work into that soul.
I think we should get a commission.
What? Oh, interesting. What does she intend to do with the Strahd soul? Like, who does she have a buyer?
Are you asking her that?
Yeah,
She says, I've got connections.
I'm just
I've got
curious. Like, look,
connections.
I don't care if you torture Strahd forever. I just don't want him to show up as Strahd again and have to go through all that again.
She says, no, there is a market for corrupted souls. Strahd's is the crown jewel of my collection. And yes, I will sell him on that market into the nine hells.
Oh, we
What does that like? Look, talk to me like I don't deal in souls. What does that mean?
Dumb it
Like,
down for her, Doc.
am I gonna have to fight Strahd again?
She says, well, keep in mind, this soul was taken before he became the undead monster that you knew.
Fair enough.
Okay.
can we
That is a good point.
I'm in.
It's like gold.
can we attach some like
Ariel, how do you and Princess Celestia feel about
Write up
it?
write
We
up
need some good
contract.
terms. We need some TNCs on this.
yeah
we need
some
some TNCs.
downstream IP
Oh yeah. Now you're talking about it.
restrictions
Some
on use and things like that.
yeah. Strahd Soul cannot be used to impart damage upon the octopodemos in any way, shape, or form. Mutual indemnification from possible damage associated with Strahd Soul and other
Can we get
parts.
her to throw in a
That's what we
scrying?
need, indemnification clause.
Can we get
Yeah,
her
we
to
gotta have
throw
the
in
mutual
a
indemnification.
locating of Cooper Black into the deal?
Hmm.
Oh, I like it. Nice.
Not
Nice.
sure.
He may have some scrying skills,
Little
or
lanyard.
Yeah. um.
While you're thinking about that, Jay, do we know, like, if we were to just like smash a soul jar, would the soul be released, or?
That was unclear. If you wanted to release it to wherever it should be going, the advice you got from the Raven Queen's temple is do it in this temple. If you just smash it, it might go to its just rewards, or it might, it's not clear.
Okay.
You should have got the impression they really liked being in charge of people going to death, and maybe they were just saying that because they wanted you to use their temple services.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And she says, yes, I can. This person, Cooper Black, yes, I can scry on that person. Tell you what I see.
all right, then Ariel's in for sure.
Do we also want to know if she knows anything about the giant invasion?
Ariel doesn't care about that, but
Okay.
whatever you guys want to do about that. It's fine.
Do you know anything about the giant invasion? Have you heard anything through your contacts?
She smiles.
I mean, okay. I pulled one of the soldiers.
She says, I don't think you want to have that conversation here, dearie.
Well, let's have it elsewhere then.
Okay, so the Holgar or whatever the hell his name is says, have you reached a deal? So the soul jars in exchange for a year of pies and one scrying spell.
Did we get our TNC set up?
I think
Let's set
we
up the
did-
terms and
No.
conditions. We gotta
No.
set this up.
We didn't get any terms and conditions set up, nor did we get any additional information about the giant invasion. No, we're
All right.
still talking, Bulgar. I think
we're this close to a deal. Yeah.
I mean, I think we got to do it. It's a good deal.
Yeah. Let's
I think
Let's get the
get
terms.
more.
Let's knock out the terms. Yeah.
I think we can
make it
get
happen.
more. I'm just saying.
No, that's fair enough. It's fair enough.
I think we can learn more about the giant invasion because she knows more.
all right. Well, let's go somewhere and get that dealt with.
She says, no. Let's get this settled here. Let's get this settled here.
I pull out one of the soul jars and I just smash it. Not
That
strong
seems unlucky.
Okay.
But
All right.
because it's in the.
they're small.
Yeah. She says, oh, that certainly is a waste, but that was valuable, but not as valuable as the other one you have. That's just wasteful. How sad. This younger generation just doesn't appreciate value.
Well, I can smash 3 more. Unless
Well,
you're
then there'd be a lot of people going hungry or eaten by giants. And this is when the Olgar comes up and is like, "What are you doing? Can you just make a deal with her? We're so close. Just make the deal with her. It's
Let's
pretty
make the
simple.
deal.
what
I don't care what's in those jars. If they'll get her to get the giants off our backs for a year."
But it's sun tea. Yeah, I'm in favor of the deal. I'm in
Yeah,
favor.
let's do the deal, man.
Yes, do it. Let's do it.
I pull all 3 soul jars out, I guess, out of the bag of holding.
Okay. And she accepts them.
Except there's only 2 in the bag of holding.
That's true. That's true. She says, "Where's the good one?"
I say, oh, here it is.
You, I've got my eye on you. And her eyes like are looking 2 different directions, but one of them's looking straight at you. She says, "I've got my eye on you."
Yeah, here you go.
She takes that. She says, "Wonderful, wonderful. The pies will be delivered to the Hill Giant's house starting tomorrow morning, every day for a year. Keep them very happy. Very
Delightful.
happy."
Now that we got all that dealt with, the scrying spell.
The scrying
Black.
spell, yes, yes. Let's go outside someplace quiet, and I will. Okay, the scrying spell on this Cooper Black. Okay. All right. So Cooper Black is going to be able to make a wisdom throw to not be scryed on. His wisdom
Goodness.
modifier is +3.
You got those stupid tattoos. I'm worried this is not going to work, but here we go.
Oh, that's right. Ooh, yeah. Thank you for saying that.
Sorry.
Nice work.
Well, she'll still try. She's a hag. She can do awesome things. All right. So he's gonna make a wisdom saving throw. I'll roll that first. Okay, he got a 16, and she's going to.
I'll give her the pencil that I took from him at Candlekeep.
Thank you. This math
I
is
am going
very
to need that
difficult.
pencil back, though. Just by the way.
That's fine. All right, so let me see. Sorry about this. Her spell save. 14. This math is overly hard. Yeah, so she says, "I see trees. I see a cabin. And I hear voices talking. They're talking about hope. They're talking about despair. But something I'm not able to see into the room. I'm sorry. I'm not able to see into the room. It was a cabin in the woods."
Oh, super helpful.
The scrying spell doesn't always work, especially if I'm not familiar with the target. And there did seem to be a magical barrier that made divination spells, that prevented divination spells also. So I'm sorry, I did what I could.
Do you have an impression of where the cabin in the woods is? Like
No.
Southeast, west, nothing?
No.
What kind of trees were in the woods?
Deciduous.
Hey, Melvin, you heard of these deciduous trees?
Heard of such things. I would have
But,
to consult the wild mother.
And she's just looking at Strahd's jar saying, "It's been so long, 450 years. Do you know what I put in to make this soul the beauty that it is? When I first saw him, he was a bad person, but not nearly as bad as he was when I was done with him. It was a work of art, if I do say so myself.
Yes. You're
He
super-
killed his own
super
brother. Killed his own brother. It was so beautiful." And then she says, "And those people inside the building there, They seem to think you're really heroes. They think you're great. They're praising you. They're saying they love you. How would they feel about you if they knew this was all your fault? All of this.
How's everybody feeling about the deal now?
What do you mean?
We'll just keep that between us. We'll just keep that between us, dearies.
Blah, 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 blah.
But I'm just
blah. Won't
saying,
talk.
don't expect them to think that you're still heroes when they learn that all of this is because of one of you.
Which one?
Which one?
All of what exactly?
And
Just
she
Yeah.
giggles. She
Yeah.
giggles. All of what? Have you not noticed the giants? Have you not noticed what's happening?
You are
All of this is
so
because of one of you.
full of crap.
Where's the
Sorry,
Storm King?
Thrax,
Morgie?
she just told you that all of this is because of one of you.
Why did she tell me that?
Huh?
All of us. She told all of us.
All of us. Okay.
She told the
great.
group, all of this is because of one of you.
Where's the Storm
She
King? Morgie?
giggles. She's like, it's so interesting. It's such an interesting. I still don't know how it's working.
So
I got to
Thrax
learn
always-
more about
Which
it.
one?
But
Which one?
oh, one of you. But they all think you're heroes now. I just don't know what they'll still think of you.
I think
But
Neil's
it's-
gonna take this opportunity to like try and read her mind. Doesn't he have that?
True.
That does seem like
She's
a
a-
thing Neil would do.
Yeah, she's a hack. Okay.
Detect thoughts. It's a
He casts
wisdom
detect
saving throw.
thoughts, and it's like stepping into a sewer. There's thoughts about bugs and frogs, and it's like the worst part of some sort of anatomy class. It's alien and horrifying. But he's going to push further, I guess, and she's going to do wisdom saving throw. Got a natural 1. So she's thinking about a different kind of hag. I mean, you saw her in her natural form, and she was like sort of purplish. She's thinking of, did I decide what kind of hags they were? I don't know. She's thinking about a different kind of hag, looks more like the Wicked Witch of the West, scheming, plotting, planning long term. But Morgie doesn't know what the long term plan is. But she thinks of this other hag with these long term plans, setting things into motion so long ago that have come into fruition now. And this other hag that she's imagining is just giggling, seeing everything coming together now, watching the giants rampage over the continent. So the impression is that Morgie knows or suspects that another hag did something long ago that has now led to the giant rampage. At least that's what she thinks.
We can't figure out which one she was referring to, which of the octopodemos.
No, her mind has flitted on to other things at this point.
Just admiring the scheme.
Yes.
Well,
Um,
what a pleasure, Morgie.
Although her mind does turn to a drop of blood with a little bit of energy crackling around it.
Raxy.
These were the hags that took a phial of Thrax's blood.
Oh, yeah, we did make that exchange, didn't
I
we?
forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah.
We did.
That might have been unwise.
It's all because of one of you, eh?
And didn't we get nothing from
We'll
that?
deal with the repercussions later. I think it's fine.
Maybe we should have made a deal to get that vial of blood back. Probably would. Well, Morgie, do you have anything else that you can help us with, or should
She's
you
just staring at Strahd's
take
soul
your
jar.
leave and get out of our face?
So beautiful. So beautiful. Not you. This is so beautiful.
Does one of us have the potential to be that beautiful?
Oh, all of you do. Oh, if you could work with Morgie. Oh, yes. I would love to work with you. I mean, Strahd killed his brother. That really put the icing on the cake. If one of you killed your 7 friends, that would be a start.
It sounds like kind of like Breezy. Didn't you knife Khalifa recently?
Oh, did you? I'm so proud of you.
Hmm. right. I'm done
Okay,
with her.
so she's going to sort of wisp away into the ether. Anything y'all want to talk to the head of the government about?
Well, we tell him that the deal is done and that the giants will be fed.
Great.
And that if the giants do not keep up their end of the bargain by staying out of Baldur's Gate, then they should the leader should notify us, and we'll come back and beat the tar out of them.
And if
Thank you so
Morgie
much.
doesn't keep up her end of the deal, they should tell us, and we will be very grumpy with our decision making.
And if she does keep up her end of the deal, we should kill her within 1 year.
He does ask, did you? So you really parlayed with the hill giants. That's amazing. Are they intelligent enough to speak even?
We speak giant.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. What else did you learn?
We learned that the storm giants have gone missing. And if we could find their whereabouts, then we might be able to keep the hill giants away for good.
Yeah, Laryl's been saying that too. Apparently she's working on that angle. Okay. Did you learn anything else? What happened? So you just walked in there and started chatting with them?
Something
Goats are amazing creatures.
In a sort of related thing, have you heard of anyone named X with a major domo who has long white hair?
And so he's sitting there. He's got his head of security there, and they look at each other and they say, yes. This is a criminal organization that popped up in the city, about a month before the invasion. And yeah, they were a new organization. We were looking into them. And there's something they're not saying to you. They're looking at each other. They're not telling you everything they're thinking.
They're not telling us everything.
Yeah,
That seems like another job for Neil, doesn't it?
Could be.
So these are the guys that pushed out the previous thieves, or the guys that we set up there, right?
Yeah, the head of security says, yeah, the Zentarum, they're trouble too. And the Olgar says, well, they're trouble, but they're trouble that we could manage. I mean, they stuck to petty crime. They didn't do murder or kidnapping or anything really bad. We could deal with them. These X-Men and their leader, that was and when he says X-Men, that sort of he gets tense. The head of security gets tense when the mayor says X.
What kinds of run-ins have you had with them?
Well, it was just initial at first. They seem to be nastier. They seem to be rougher. They seem to be causing more violence. And they had a mysterious leader that they referred to as X. And we were trying to figure out the identity of X when all this went down. And again,
is there any chance
they're looking
X
at each
was
other.
affiliated with the university that you have there in Baldur's Gate, Barley University? Was it maybe a professor of some sort?
No, we don't think that. No.
No leads.
What had you discovered?
We had not discovered much. It was merely speculation. And the head of security says, yeah, there could be lots of criminal lords whose names start with X. It it wasn't necessarily. It could have been lots of. Yeah.
But who did you think it was? You clearly have someone in mind.
They say, well, this was just speculation and unlikely. They don't want to say. They start to ask more about your experience at the Hill Giants.
Hold on a second. We just saved your people for a year. You don't think you could help us with just this one inquiry?
Oh, if I had something substantial to give you, I would.
Detect lies.
I mean, all right, give me an insight check.
I cast Zone of Truth.
What's that?
Wait, it's too late.
Insight check.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. It's just a straight. Ba-doop. Oh, I got a 1. Nice work.
Yeah. They're telling you everything they know.
God damn it.
I mean, they
If you guys will trust us
God.
to help, we can continue to
Do you-
investigate this.
I mean, I'll just throw out, do any of you have any guesses that you would like to suggest?
Webster, I also rolled a natural 1.
Nice.
If any of you have a guess, you can put it forward. Otherwise, they're asking more about what went down at the Hill Giants area.
Given that my insight's so bad, I think it might be them.
We've been tracking this evil force from the east that seems to be infiltrating the area. The Order of Shadows or whatever. What's the order called? Schmax?
Shining Hand.
Yeah,
Shining
the
Hand.
Shining Hand. And we've also seen some interaction with this Cooper Black, who took over a Wizards Guild in Neverwinter. And so there's been a lot of change of power in the criminal underworld in this Sword Coast recently. So I think either of them are
They're
candidates
also-
for.
You almost see their shoulders relax a little bit. They say, oh, an evil monk order or a wizard? Yeah, that sounds much better. Yeah, that's hope. Let's hope so. Yeah. That's better than whatever they were thinking.
We also
But not, we don't get the impression that it's like better because I think it's a better guess because we're on a different track than the one that they are currently on and they don't want us to think it.
No, better because that would sincerely be better
There's also
Then-
dragons, right? There's
than
dragons,
what they're thinking.
Okay.
dragons, green
And
dragons.
we also ran into the people.
That would be less scary than what they're
Like-
imagining.
Lost their children to those devils.
yeah.
What about the green dragon?
And the person who stole the staff. There's all sorts of bad people out there.
They say, yeah, I don't know of any green dragons whose names start with X. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe
What was the name of the green dragons that we heard about?
Well, we've got it written down. What was his stupid name? It wasn't Dex.
What was next? Okay.
Is there anything else you want to tell them about the Hill Giants experience?
Mind flayers. We haven't said that yet. I don't know if we want to say it or not, but
Okay.
Well,
Say it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Say
because
it.
they've been so helpful and forthcoming.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'd like to hear a little bit more about their investigation before we.
Tell them about the mind flayers.
Okay.
Nobody's on the side of mind flayers.
Okay. I'll just put this out there. Does anyone have a guess? I'm stalling to let you make a guess. Who X is?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't.
That's
yeah,
fine.
I don't think anyone has a guess.
Okay.
It's like,
So-
have we come across somebody that like?
I think X is Cooper Black.
Oh, let me see.
Black Wand.
It's
Black
one of the
staff.
goblins from the first episode.
Leafa's
Always you
mom.
least
I have a
expect.
guess.
It was the goblin
Dementors.
get to kill.
So they look at each other. They say, "Okay, we this is only speculation. We were nervous. we were nervous. We were trying to figure out who X was. We hope this isn't the case, but we think it's possible it might be Xanathar.
Oh,
And who's Xanathar other than like the person who?
It's a beholder.
because it's pronounced like a Z, but it's an X. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Sorry.
Like
It's a
Commander
it's a
Cage.
beholder crime lord.
My
Yeah, that's a-
recollection is that Xanathar is a place where you go and roller skate and sing.
Yes,
Everything is
exactly. Kubla Khan lived there. So they say it's a wild guess, but we're afraid it might be Xanathar.
Xanathar
Just-
not a mythic being? Or-
No, he actually ran a criminal organization up in Luskin, which that's a pretty criminal town. They could handle him there, but we're afraid that he might have set up in Baldur's Gate, which we thought would be really strange and unlikely. And then the giants attacked, and we don't know if that's related or not. But if it's just we're planning on moving everybody back into town. But if that actually is, I mean, this is wild speculation, but if that is the Xanathar that set up a criminal organization in town before everybody ran out, and also if he helped organize it or something, that would be, then I don't know what the city's like right now. And, hopefully we'll just all move back in, it'll be fine. But if it really is a criminal genius aberration, and if he did somehow organize the giant raid, then I don't know what we're going to find when we go back.
We can go with you, I guess.
That would be helpful. Hopefully it'll all be
I've fought
for
a beholder before, correct?
No, we
No.
thought something
Fought
else.
a little baby.
We fought a spectator. It's a similar.
Did you even
thing.
fight it?
No.
It was just
Well,
sort of hanging out there.
I think I tried to fight it. And then
we might have convinced it to. What do we do? We might have fought it. There's also the Nothic or whatever.
Yeah,
that,
right. I was getting those mixed up.
That's pretty different.
Yeah.
So I say, yeah,
Okay.
we would. I mean, at the very least, we'd like you to help. Help with the return to the city, help keep things organized. But if it is the Xanathar, which we're hoping it's not, then the city's, might be in his grip until it gets pulled free.
Wait, do beholders have hands?
No,
Yeah.
actually, ironically.
Yeah.
But it has a telekinetic ray that could grip things.
Touche. How long would it take to move people back to the city?
Well, I mean, we're about a 2 days walk. Move people en masse, that'll take a while. But if you want to get there as fast as you can, that's about 2 days walk.
I mean, we could also tell.
So maybe you could do the advance. True. You could be the
Oh, I-
advance guard, see where things
I
stand
see.
in the city.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think? Should we go in advance instead of escorting the long, slow caravan?
Are we also going to tell them about the mind flayers now that they came clean?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think it seemed unrelated to the reason that the giants invaded, but one of the things that helped us gain the giants' trust was rooting out these other aberrations, these mind flayers or illithid that had apparently come up from below.
So yeah, they look concerned when you say that. They're like, oh, those are aberrations. Mind flayers and beholders have been known to work together in the past. That's they don't like the confirmation of their suspicions.
So yeah, I guess that's more ammunition for that theory. Well, so I guess we're gonna go back to the city there, and we'll try to make sure it's as safe as possible for you guys to start coming back.
All right. Appreciate it.
Do you gentlemen think, if as long as we're teleporting places, do you think I have time to go to Candlekeep for a little while and
You're just like my 13-year-old. Can we go to
Yeah.
the library? Can we go to the library on the way there?
just trying to make sure we've covered all the bases as far as information gathering.
So
We've got two
here's
days
another good beholder picture.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We've got 2 days walk. Why don't you teleport there now and take your 2 days and meet us in the city?
Well, I mean, I could teleport. I could teleport half of us there and teleport me and the other person to Candlekeep. Because I mean, I don't have to step in the teleportation circle that I create. I can just make it, send you guys,
It
and I can make another one.
It doesn't make sense for you to send us and then take your sweet time to show up because you're researching.
I'm a quick reader, man. I'm very quick.
And did you ask them if they knew anything about Candlekeep? Whether
No, I didn't ask. Have you guys heard has Candlekeep been
Oh.
overrun as well, or have you gotten any word from them?
No, it's mostly been in and around the big cities.
The big cities, yeah. I guess there's not a lot of food at the library, so. Okay. Well, let's at least teleport ourselves over to Baldur's Gate, and we'll at least get most of the party there, and then I can go to Candlekeep later, I guess, if we're gonna all try to stick together then.
what do you want to investigate at Candlekeep? The mind flayers? And
Yeah, I
wanna
need to know
look
that
up-
too.
Yeah, I wanted to look up some stuff about the mind flayers. Wanted to learn about any like previous incursions or tales of invasions by mind flayers, and like what their organization is and so forth. And also the new information that I wanted to get was about the Storm King, and were there any like old maps of where they thought that kingdom was, and that and the worm skull throne. Those are the main things that I needed to look up. I don't know if Candlekeep has that or not, but
I mean, if you're really going in, I would also suggest any sort of hag lookup if there's anything that Neil could describe about the hag that he saw.
I see. Yeah, like the other types of hags. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe also even Xanathar. Since we just learned he's potentially involved.
Xanathar. And hags. All right. Got it on my list. I'll text it to Jay later for offline stuff. So I'll go there while I'm sending everybody else to Baldur's Gate, and I'll spend a few hours researching things and meet back up with them.
What do we expect the giant situation to be in Baldur's Gate at this point? Like, they will have withdrawn based on our agreement with Gullah, or
I guess we're gonna have to tell
Yeah, I
them.
guess the food's gonna appear in the morning, and they were doing like a cycle of 2-day round trips, so it might be a couple days before it winds down.
okay. So I mean, teleporting might not actually, like, we may end up in a situation where we
Yeah, we might be better off just walking.
just walking to let the like giants
right.
into the city.
I want to outpace the news of the world.
Well, if anyone wants to come to Candlekeep with me, I'll go there with an escort, and we can pledge to meet up in 48 hours at Baldur's Gate. That'll give me more time to research.
Let's see. The day that you were approaching the giant's house was the day that they were coming out. So then the day that y'all went to visit Ariel's family would be a day they were returning. And now the days after that. So we just finished up a day that they went to Baldur's Gate. So might be leaving Baldur's Gate around now.
1 + 2 + 2 + 1.
All right. Is this a good spot?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
The-
All right, while we have everyone here except David, what do folks think about September as a potential? So mid
I
to
like it.
late. I'm thinking a weekend in mid to late September.
I think that'll work.
I will go out and look for places we can find in some place. So David said not west of Denver. My thoughts are Colorado, potentially Michigan, or New Orleans as places to look for.
I like the thought of New Orleans.
Okay.
Interestingly, I just heard that New Orleans is so dead now because COVID killed everything in the French Quarter.
Wow.
There's like
That's
no
Like businesses?
open. Yeah, like it's a
So-
ghost town.
So you're saying it's investment opportunity?
Huh.
Yes, the octopodemos should buy a voodoo shop.
There was a fire station in the Marigny, which looked so straight out of Ghostbusters. But I was looking at the time for things with pools, which late September may not work for that. But
Yeah, and I guess even if I'm more COVID comfortable in a few months from in September, any of the appeals of New Orleans might still be off limits. Crowded bars, etc.
Yeah, super crowds, high density crowds. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
if the quarter is dead,
How about Iowa,
uh,
Des Moines?
seriously, Des Moines, there's Des Moines is much nicer than people would assume from,
I'm not assuming it's not nice.
We could,
I'm assuming it's very nice, actually.
we could go see the field where Buddy Holly died. So there you go.
that's in Wisconsin.
And there are lots of great places.
No, no, no,
around
that's in
Michigan,
Virginia,
but They're
isn't
not
it?
the easiest to get to.
Iowa.
Man, Buddy
I
Holly's
thought it was in Tennessee. I'm just making
Stop.
stuff up.
Iowa.
Wait a minute.
The
I
field was in
sure
Tennessee.
it was in Hawaii.
You went
Look,
down
I'm
with Amelia Earhart, right?
Ben,
Oh,
Me?
sorry. Webster, you have the floor.
oh, I was looking up where he crashed.
Yeah, me too.
Well, like our geographic center is where
Clear
is it?
Lake,
It's
Iowa.
probably like in Iowa or Nebraska.
The gateway to the West, St. Louis.
I'm not doing Nebraska.
I've never been to St. Louis. I'm just saying.
Omaha's a lovely
Uh,
city.
I really like Lincoln.
I've never been to Lincoln, but Omaha is actually a surprisingly nice little city.
All right.
So there needs to be a website where we can put in where everywhere we are, and they give us the places that have the most direct flights from those places.
That's
Somebody who's a
not
computer
Great,
person
we'll be in
look that up.
Atlanta. Atlanta it is.
Or Dallas, Fort Worth, Dallas.
That's
Fort Worth,
right.
Yeah. DFW.
So I have a call tomorrow with the GC at kiwi.com, who's one of my clients. I will mention this to him, Dave.
Thank you. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. You could just put in everyone's home city and it's like best meeting spot.
Yep.
Yeah. Like here's
Average
distance
price,
and-
even.
Yeah, all this is out there. It'd be pretty easy.
Yep.
Because this is not the first time we've had this conversation.
All right. I will look for things in the Midwest, New Orleans, north to Minneapolis.
Like Memphis might be pretty easy to get to,
Yeah,
although
Nashville
not a lot of direct flights.
Southwest.
That's-
Nashville's probably.
Yeah, I
not
couldn't
too
fly
bad.
to Memphis. Remember, I flew to Nashville and took a
Oh, that's
bus?
right. That's right. That's right.
Bismarck,
maybe
North
Nashville.
Dakota is not further than Denver for Dave. So
I was going to say, I will look as far west as Denver. I will look in the mid to late September range. If folks have strong feels other than that, let me know. Okay.
Oh, thanks, Ben. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're thinking like a shared house.
Yeah.
AJ and I refuse to go east of the Rockies.
yeah, that's right.
Any place where the mayonnaise is called best foods. That's what you're limited to.
All right, so we're going to Frisco, Colorado.
Yes.
Barstow.
Barstow.
Yeah, Tehachapi.
Genius.
Tehachapi. We're going to Tehachapi. All right, gentlemen.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.
All right, thanks, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jay.
Excellent.
good session.
You're on.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
See you guys.